Hello! Today I'm going to be talking about how to deal with difficult clients. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Kimberly. I'm a life coach who's here to help you get clarity on what you want from life and the confidence to achieve it. Now, today's topic is a little bit away from what I normally talk about, but it absolutely has everything to do with your confidence. Dealing with someone who is challenging is tough. I am blessed in my current business and in my previous business not to have had to deal with anyone particularly challenging, but I certainly did when I was working with other people. And the way that you handle it will really help you going forwards if you're able to handle it in a successful way. So the starting place for this is to take a step back from the situation. What I mean is diffuse some of the energy. So if it is that someone has maybe phoned you up and they've yelled at you and they've got angry and because they're disappointed or they're frustrated, listen to them without judgment, just purely with curiosity to what they're saying, and just take it all down. And before the end of the call, say, thank you very much for sharing this with me. I'm going to have a think about what you've said and I'm going to get back to you. And give them a time frame when you're going to get back to them. So whether that's by the end of the day or whether that's within an hour or whatever expectation you'd like to set up. Or same if they've sent you an email. Let them know that they are valued and that their opinion matters to you, but that you're going to take some time to really digest what they've said. And when you do this and you're very clear on what they've said, what their grievance is, if you like, then you can start to assess your options. So the first option could be that you look at their feedback and you say, that doesn't really sound like they were angry with me. Perhaps they were just having a bad day and they needed someone to vent at. This has happened to me before and it's really annoying and upsetting at the time, but generally they'll come back and apologize later on, or you'll realize quite soon on in the conversation. Or it might be that you didn't set the expectation up. Maybe you didn't let them know when their deadline was. Perhaps you weren't expecting to get so many calls from them, and so you didn't set the expectation of how long it would take you to get back to them. So say you're a designer, for example, and you work 9 till 5, but actually you're working on projects, so you need solid time to work on those projects. You can't have your clients calling you every 5 minutes. So to let them know, okay, I'll get back to you by the end of the day, or I'll get back to you within 24 hours, sets up that expectation that they know that they're not going to get an instant response to you. And likewise, if you've got a deadline and you need something from your client, set that expectation up in advance to say, okay, if you don't deliver this by that time, say 3 p.m, if you don't deliver this by 3 p.m, then it has consequences for the rest of the project. It means that the rest of the project will be delayed. And if you haven't set those expectations up, in a way, how can you expect your client to know that you meant that? How do you expect your client to understand that you aren't going to be available for them all the time? So use that information to, going forwards, make it clear with every new client that actually these are your terms that you're working to, this is how the service will be delivered, this is how you operate, and set those expectations in advance. But for this situation, think about that. Did I actually set those expectations up? And if you didn't, you can be honest and you can say, look, I wasn't expecting for you to call 6 times a day, if that's what the problem is, whatever the problem is. I wasn't expecting for this to happen. I need to make you aware that this is how I'm going to need to operate going forwards. Because this is always in your hands. You have the freedom to choose. And yes, the consequence may be that your client says, actually, do you know what? I don't want to work with you. Or the consequence might be that you say, I don't actually want to work with this client anymore. this is causing me more hassle and is damaging my output for the rest of my clients, so I need to walk away from this. And that absolutely is okay for that to be an option, scary as that might feel right now. So once you come back to that client, like I say, be honest, be compassionate, be understanding of their frustration. Generally, we don't get angry for no reason. Like I said, it could be that they were angry at something else during the day, and this was just the straw that broke the camel's back, and they were frustrated. Or it might be that you didn't set the expectation up clearly, so they had a whole different expectation as to what the service was. So just get that misunderstanding cleared up. And remember, if it is that they are causing ongoing problems for your business, you have the freedom to fire them. You have the freedom to say, actually, I'm really sorry, but I cannot help you. I cannot serve you in the way that you need to be served. Here, and kindly, here are some other suppliers who might be able to help you, and push them on their way. And once you've dealt with that client, use that information to inform your policies going forwards. Make sure that you're clear on your expectations, but also on your ideal client. Who is it that you do and don't want to work to? If you haven't already set up your ideal client, use this as an opportunity to start just writing down those things that your ideal clients need to have. Is it that they need to be punctual? Is it that they need to be on your same wavelength when it comes to talking about service delivery? Whatever that is, use that information to improve going forwards. Now, if you'd like some more information about ways that you can set these boundaries up and how you can really start to change your viewpoint on these situations, learn how to say no and take control of the things that you can, then take a look at my Take Control of Your Life workshop. This workshop is a free 1-hour workshop that you can go through at your own pace. There's a workbook and a video that goes alongside it. And it'll just, as I say, help you to get clear on your boundaries, on what you expect, and also reframe things when you're finding challenges in your life. Now, I hope you found this valuable. If you have, please share it with someone else who might find some benefit from it. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you get access to the latest videos as soon as they've been uploaded. I look forward to seeing you next week, and thank you for watching.